gave my love a cherry that had no stone. I gave my love a chicken that had no bones. I gave my love a story that had no end. I give...
Sorry.
The following program is brought to you by His Productions.
The podcast no one listens to. With Kevin Porter. Nice.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to an all-new episode of the podcast that no one listens to, right? Right? You're back with an all-new episode. Damn, motherfuckers. How you guys all been this week? I've been pretty good. Thanks for asking. Just been hanging out at my house, actually. No. What have I been doing this week? What the fuck? We went to Portland last week, and that's what we fucking did. I went to the zoo, motherfuckers. Went and saw a cougar. Went and saw a bear. We saw some fucking elephants. I saw a monkey. Shit, it was amazing, dude. So, was able to take that trip this past weekend with the kids. They had fun, dude. It's like our thing. We like to go to zoos. We've only been to like 3. We've been to 3 zoos. And they're all pretty fucking cool, dude. I guess we missed like one spot. Like they had like not a rhino, like hippopotamus. I think that's what it was, and like alligators. It was like this African safari type shit, but it's like whatever. I saw alligators when I was in Florida, dude. Like, why do I need to see alligators in Portland? It's like, are you guys native to Portland? Nah, bro, we got flown in about 2 weeks ago. Some guy sold us for some crack. It was crazy, dude. They're like, you got to go to the zoo. Shit. So, I don't know. That was it, dude. Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to, like, just rack my head, dude. I'm pretty fucking stoned, dude. When am I not stoned on this podcast? This is my happy time, though, dude. This is like when you're like, get a fucking let down your hair. Get a fucking sit back. Drink some wine. Drink some beer, smoke a joint, hang out, and listen to the podcast that no one listens to. You know, so I expect that's what you're doing. Well, guess what? So that's what I'm doing too. I'm a normal human being, motherfucker. I have needs, motherfucker. I have needs. So, what else is going on? Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some cool shit to talk about, but my mind is drawing a blank. As in, I don't know. I ate like shit this weekend. That was that was pretty fun. But then on Monday, I kicked it up, dude. I've been Brian Brisky, you fucking motivated me, motherfucker. I'm like, damn, dude, if this guy can control his eating and you know, not drink beer, it's like I could fucking do that too. So just since this Monday, dude, I just been trying to not late night snack. And just eat healthier foods, choose wiser things. People out there just like, this is boring. Kevin Porter is fucking boring. Why you want to fucking do that? It's like, I need to get back there, dude. Like, I'm fucking slowly putting back weight on. Slowly putting weight back on, so it's just like, all right. I've been meaning to do this for months, dude. This is like, man, if you're like, well, how was your 2019, Kevin? Fucking glorious, because I ate a lot of cheeseburgers, and it was amazing. We drank a lot of... We started drinking beers again. It was like, what? When the fuck did I don't know. I was like... When the fuck was that? I guess I was like March this year. Yeah, I was like March this year. Remember that night, dude. I remember that night coming home. Jessica had drinks. And I was like, fuck, I want a drink. I could have a drink right now. I could have a drink and be fine. Fucking, what? Like... Two years of sobriety, just gone. It's like, I didn't care though. I was like, I always told myself, dude, I wasn't going to like quit permanently, dude. But I tell you what, man, it fucking felt good those 2 years being fucking sober and not waking up with a fucking hangover, which I've had a couple of those this year. Nothing, well, yeah, nothing too bad. Nothing worse than that Portland trip, dude. That was the worst hangover, dude. And shit, I didn't even drink for like a month after that, dude. So, I don't know, just had to get my shit. Like, I don't know, I was talking about last week on the podcast, dude, in the intro. It's like, just had to kind of, just get some shit under control. So, maybe life lessons taught me to get my shit under control, or we'll just say that Brian Brisky, gave me the motivation to jump on the bandwagon of, exercise and eating right. Which I don't know if he's exercising. I think he's just like not eating shitty, which is like, dude, that's what Jessica does. Like, she never exercises. Like, I'm like, hey, like, come to the gym with me. Like, let's go exercise. She's like, nah, I'm just going to eat right. And then she loses weight. It's like, what? How do you do that? I don't know. I don't know. With exercise though, dude, I've been hitting it fucking hard since Monday. Just fucking nailing it, dude. An hour each day after fucking work, dude. Sweating, feeling good, dude. I'm like 3 days in at this point, and like mentally, I feel a lot better than I was on Monday. So it's like it really does work, dude. It really does fucking work to sweat it out, dude. Fucking sweat your bullshit out, sweat any sort of like issues that you have. I know it works for me, man. I know it works for a lot of people out there. So you just gotta give it a shot, man. It's like, oh, I'm gonna press that 15-second skip button right now. Oh, I'm still talking about exercise. Wait for it. I'm still talking about exercise. Wait for it. It's like, motherfucker, they're like, fuck you, Kevin Porter. It's like a whole minute long waste of my life, waste of my day. Could have been doing other shit like work. It's like, who wants to go to work? Fuck that. Fucking for the birds, bitch. It's for the fucking birds. I just want to hang out in my office, watch VHS tapes, and hang out, dude. Been doing that. I've been watching a lot more movies on my phone, which has been actually pretty fucking nice, and it's actually maybe not fucking want to sit on my ass all the time and watch movies, even though that's all I want to do, dude. I mean, come on. I just like watching movies, dude. There's something entertaining about it. I don't know. Something entertaining, Karen. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. There's something fucking entertaining about it. It's because they're designed to entertain. It's mind influence, dude. It's mind influence. It's crazy shit, dude. Anybody out there watching the new Rick and Morty? Saw the last 2 episodes. Pretty good. I know. It seemed like some people were kind of put off by the second episode. I'm not going into spoilers or anything, but I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was very fun. And Dan Harmon, you need to get your shit together and start putting out more episodes, motherfucker. Which I heard through the grapevine that he's not going to take a hiatus like he has this last like 2 seasons. Like, that was some fucking bullshit. What we wait, like 2 fucking years? When the fuck did season 3 come out? And when did season 2 come out before that? What are you doing, Dan? I hear him on like some radio station. I saw some interview and he's all fucking fat. He's like, I'm going to Hawaii with all these millions of dollars. Like, dude, I'd be doing the same shit. So it's just like, I'm just talking shit, Dan Harmon. Whatever, dude. Whatever. I'd be doing the same exact shit. Be like, fuck all you motherfuckers. I'll get to it when I get to it. So, man, one thing that I've been wanting to do that I found out, dude, this is some cool fucking shit. So like a couple months ago, we went and saw It, Chapter Part 2. And we ended up having to go to Sunnyside that night to go see it because we wanted to see it opening night. And it was all sold out here in Yakima. Even though it turns out they were selling at the Majestic too. And I didn't even check the fucking Majestic because I'm like, what the fuck does the Majestic ever have rated R movies? That's always the movie theater where you go see a kid's movie or fucking some bullshit, some action flick. Which is cool, but they showed It and fucking the Joker there. It's like, okay, cool. I guess you're lessening your stance on, what can be shown here. So that's cool. Opens up some more, screens for those movies and shit, which I didn't even fucking think. So, but road trips are fun. So driving to Sunnyside's pretty fucking cool, considering I've never stopped in Sunnyside ever. But I gotta give it up, dude. Their theater's probably as old as like what we have for the cinema up on 16th here. The Yakima Cinema, to all you people out of town, dude. It's like, I don't know, it's like 10 movie screens, 10 or 12, I don't know. I think 10. I think it's only 10. But it's like, it was built in 1993, so at this point it's almost 30 years old, which I didn't realize. I guess, like, I thought it opened like 96 or something, which again, like, a whole 3 fucking years, like, that really makes a difference, But I don't know, dude. I have such like a love for like movie theaters and stuff, dude. And like going whenever I go out of town, dude. Like this last weekend in Portland, dude, fucking pissed me off. Pissed me off to no avail. Jessica's all like, "What? What do you want to do? We're gonna have some time." Because I let her, because it was supposed to be just a family trip between us, and then like last minute, she hit me up when I was getting drunk at open mic. And she's like, hey, can my sister and can my fucking sister, can Jean and Jamie fucking show up? And I'm like, because they just had a brand new baby. And that brand new baby, they cry through the night. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, I'm supposed to be going on vacation, but, it's family. So, of course, I'm going to say fucking yes. And besides, I love my fucking brother and sister. I fucking love them, dude. It's family and shit. But at the same time, though, I felt like, okay, well, I'm bending a little bit for you, Jessica. Why don't you bend a little bit for me? So she asked me, like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to go see the fucking Irishman. Irishman is on, like, a limited release at this point before it goes on to Netflix here in, like, a week or two. And, like, I'd like to see that movie in theaters. And just so happens it opens on the 15th in November and runs till the 20th. And, when are we in fucking Portland? On the 15th and 16th? No shit. So we ended up not going. Like, it just fucking sucked, dude. It's like, we didn't work out. I didn't even look up times just because, like, she didn't want to go see it because the movie's like 3 hours and 45 minutes. So I told her that, like, I was like, it's a 3-hour movie. She's like, out of back, just like throwing up fucking, I want to go sit in a movie theater. I'm like, I like sitting in movie theaters. Like, that shit's fun as fuck, dude. You get high, go get some popcorn and some candy, get a soda maybe. It's fucking, you're living large. We're like 3 hours and 45 minutes we would have that day, dude. But yeah, just getting back to that, dude. Like, I just have such fucking love for going to movie theaters and stuff. So I like the older the better to me, So Sunnyside has like an older movie theater. So like, and I was pretty like, I was pretty cool with it, because like you pay a little bit more for the popcorn and soda, but you get free refills on it. So it's like, I didn't eat that much to like warrant a refill or anything, but I was like, hey man, that's cool, I guess, that you can get a fucking free refill on that shit. I mean, it's fucking worth the price, I suppose, especially if you're like sitting, you want to share it with somebody, which I shared with Brandon, but he ate the rest and we just never filled it back up because again, it's like you can only eat so much popcorn. Yeah, dude, so that was a fun experience. I don't even remember exactly where the fuck we started on going to movies and shit. Oh yeah. So when we're leaving Sunnyside, I saw the sign. It's like, Tuesdays, fucking $6 movies and shit. I'm like, damn, that's fucking badass, dude. Because they fucking rob you. That's the one thing. Like, I like going to movies, man, but they fucking rob you at the movie theater, man. Like $12 to go see a fucking movie at night. Kiss my fucking ass, you fucking greedy thieves. So like I was like $6 movies all day. Like that's fucking worth it, though. So I'm like, mental no. Drive out to Sunnyside on Tuesday, which we have open mic on Tuesday. So it's like I always go to open mic. That's more important. But then I found out just recently Yakima fucking does this shit too, dude. My friend Laurel at work was like, oh, dude, yeah, $6 fucking Tuesdays. I'm like, no shit. I looked it up on the app because, of course I got the fucking apps on my phone for the Yakima movie theaters and the fucking Orion. I get those $5, movie classic tickets right when they go on sale. Sometimes those things sell out real fucking quick depending on the movie, which I need to check to see if they've announced. The one that was this month, it was some old fucking movie. I'd never heard of it before, so I wasn't going to fucking bother with it, but hopefully something cool is fucking playing for December. I would suppose it's like Christmas oriented, maybe. But I got to see if they have announced that as of yet, but I'll double check that after I get done recording this shit. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I gotta go see some matinee movies on Tuesday. Like, we got a holiday competition coming up here. This coming Tuesday, there's like this holiday joke. No, I'm fucking again high as fuck. It's like I want to call it tournament. Be like it's tournament, but it's like some sort of competition or whatever. So whatever, dude. I'm gonna go up there and do 5 minutes, and I totally don't expect to fucking go to the next round. So you know what I'm doing that next Tuesday? I'm gonna go see a $6 fucking movie, dude. I want to go see like the Terminator. I want to see the new Terminator, dude. I know, like, from the one review that I saw, fucking shout out Jonas Barnes, I saw this shit. He said it was the best one since Judgment Day. And I don't know, I'm a fan of the Terminator series, so I wouldn't mind. Arnold Schwarzenegger in general, dude. Like, I have like most of his all his good movies. I fucking own those, and they are amazing. Commando is amazing. That's hands down my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film. God, what a good Predator, obviously. Total Recall is fucking. I mean, I'd say that's probably one of his more popular ones, Total Recall. But shit, dude, fuck you, Colin Farrell, for even trying to remake that shit. Fucking bitch. So I don't know. I need to go see a movie, dude. I still haven't seen The Joker. Still haven't seen The Joker. Zombieland, Double Tap, haven't seen that. Which, again, I'll fucking check these movies out on fucking Blu-ray when they come out or whatever. But it's nice to see it in theaters, man. It's just nice to go and see a fucking movie every once in a while. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, Bahiyyih and Lilly Honsinger make their debut onto the podcast that no one fucking listens to today. Holy shit, guys. Now, can we get serious now? This is like the bread and butter of the show, guys. Whenever we have people on, people don't tune in to listen to me. No, of course not. No one wants to hear that. People want to hear my guests. And today, I walked away thinking like, man, this may have been like the greatest episode in the podcast that no one listens to. Short, but albeit long history. Does that make sense? Short, long history. We've been around, dude. We're going on fucking 3 years this coming year, dude. 2020 is our 3rd year, bitch. 3rd year anniversary. What? 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, dude. Bahiyyih Muds and fucking Lilly are on this shit, dude. And it's a fun fucking episode, dude. It's real talk, man. It's like some real talk on this. Like, we talk about fucking, like, some conspiracies and shit. We go all over the fucking place, dude. And it's so fun, dude. So, it was just a real fucking fun conversation. So, I really hope that you guys do enjoy this episode. Before we get to the main event, people, I do want to fucking go ahead and plug some shit. If you guys, this weekend, if you guys aren't fucking doing anything here, especially here in Yakima, if you're not doing anything this coming Saturday, I got to give a shout out to the Eric Schwartz Go Time comedy tour. Ladies and gentlemen, why am I promoting the Eric Schwartz Go Time comedy tour that takes place November 23rd, 2019 at Parham Hall in Zillah, Washington? That's because my good friend and fellow former guests on the podcast that no one listens to will be performing with Eric Schwartz, Anthony Hernandez, Tim Hubert, and Danny fucking Thompson. They will all be performing in Zillah at Parham Hall this coming Saturday. Again, I want to say, was that November 23rd? Was that November 23rd this coming Saturday? It fucking is, dude. So, again, man, all those guys have been on this fucking podcast. So I just want to give a shout out because, like, dude, that's repping our fucking comedy shit here in town, dude. Like, our fucking comedy family, dude, got to fucking help promote everybody when it comes to, our little community and stuff. So, which, you guys fucking heard Brian Brisky on last week, dude. He does a podcast with Anthony, dude, killing fucking time, dude. So, dude, it's an amazing time to be a comedian here in Yakima. Honestly, we talk about the comedy scene here on this episode, and man, dude, nothing but positive things to say about every single one, involved in this shit, dude. And especially after this past Tuesday, I didn't even fucking bring it up, dude, but the most famous comedian in the room, fucking performed, and it was quite the fucking spectacle. And if you weren't there, you weren't there. But all I gotta say, man, is just quite the incident, motherfucker. Quite the fucking incident. I'm pretty sure we won't be seeing that guy's face anytime soon. But dude, I don't know, dude. It's just because everybody, man, it's just I don't know. Jay McNay, fucking amazing set this last Tuesday, dude. As we head into the holiday competition. Just coming in strong with those jokes, dude. I thought that was such a good set, dude. I didn't tell him that afterwards. I didn't get a chance to, but dude, it was killer. It was fucking fire. And again, dude, Anthony and fucking Danny performing on this fucking show, and Timmy, dude, fucking love Timmy, dude. Fucking Timmy goes back. I've known Timmy fucking since back in high school and shit. And then, he was on Spin Some Porters. So, I mean, go check out fucking old episodes of that. I mean, promote. I need to promote more, dude. I don't promote that much. But it's good stuff, dude. So, I totally appreciate you guys fucking listening. Again, support our local comedy scene and go out this coming Saturday. I think it's going to be an amazing show. I don't know. What else do we say? I don't know. I feel good right now. I feel fucking good. It's like, damn, dude. Damn. All right. Fuck it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, he's just so fucking high. He can't get his fucking shit together, dude. Kevin Porter just can't fucking get his shit together. All right. Without further ado, motherfuckers, I give you Bahiyyih and Lilly.
All aboard!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the newest episode of the podcast no one listens to. Hanging out with Bahiyyih Mud, Lilly Hollingsworth.
Honsinger?
Why did I think Hollingsworth?
I don't know. It sounds really fancy, though.
I know, you're so fancy.
Should probably roll with that more often then.
Right?
We're just going to accept that as fact from now on. Welcome to the podcast, dude. Fucking making your guys' debut. It's intense. It's intense, guys.
I'm excited.
Straight off Roy Woods Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, opening.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, is that like the biggest show?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was the biggest thing I've done so far, you know, because featuring in a club like Tacoma is a big deal.
It is a big deal. It's a
big
very
deal.
big deal.
Yeah, and it felt like a big deal. And that was great. That was
Yeah.
great. It was nice.
All the years of hard work paid off. Go to
Yeah.
Tacoma.
Yeah,
Damn.
to go to Tacoma. From Yakima to Tacoma.
I mean, I don't know.
Yakima.
It's a big deal though. Like you said, I mean, Roy Woods Jr. Man. I mean, it's a big name in the comedy community.
It really is, and it was really nice. And like I was telling Lily, you know, the second show we did on Saturday night, because we did 2 shows a night, Friday and Saturday, and the second show we did, it was 98% black people.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you know, you don't really know what to expect because we don't live in a very diverse situation here in Yakima. You're either white or you're Mexican. You know,
Those there's
no,
black
like-
crowds are like notorious for being like amazing shows.
Yes,
You know,
and it was
they're amazing
so
shows.
amazing. It was so amazing, and I would be building up a joke, you know, building up before I came with the punchline. And I was building. There would be black women in the crowd that say, "Mm-hmm." You know, then it would blow up at the punchline, but it felt really good. Like they got it. Like they understood.
They're supporting you.
Yes. And I sold a whole bunch of my t-shirts. It was great.
I didn't know you had T-shirts.
I do.
Nice.
In honor of my husband. They say smart-ish.
Can people buy that shit on your website or?
I don't even have a website.
Fuck.
I know.
I need to get a new website.
I have never built a website. I don't.
It's easy as fuck nowadays, man. You could, just get your husband to do it. He'll be like, oh, I know how.
He's a young guy.
GoDaddy.
He can do it. Which is
GoDaddy.com.
funny because he's young, but he's smart-ish. You know, like he's gotten the phone call from like India that says, you need to start up your computer. You have a virus. You know, he's the one that downloads those kind of things. Like he has dated a Nigerian prince by accident. Like
It's like, I believe you.
that shit happens to him. So I don't know.
Bahia, let me tell you about my good friend, Prince Bob Dew.
He just needs $200. Then he's gonna give us $10,000. You know, it's like, I don't know, babe. I don't know.
He gets all excited because you want to cruise.
I remember once when I was like 21, or I wasn't even 21. We were like, I was like 19. So like when I first moved out, we like entered some raffle at like Les Schwab because we had to get our tire fixed, and we ended up winning. And it was a trip to like Las Vegas. But then we had to like, they were like, oh, well, you gotta be 21. And we're like, I don't know what to tell you. Like it was like
Can
no.
legit. Well, you would think normally like that would be a situation where you get duped into something.
Yeah, but you really won, but you weren't.
But we
old
really
enough.
won. We weren't able to claim the prize.
Well, couldn't you just hang on to it until you turn 21?
I guess we're 19, dude. We didn't know shit. We're just like, okay, I guess we just can't have it. Okay, on to the next person.
Time's never gonna progress.
Can we cash this out?
I don't question authority well at 19. These people scare me. Jeez.
Yeah, Tacoma was really good. It was really good, and little Jay McNay, he showed up over there.
Trooper Jay McNair, dude.
Just showing up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
I
he
saw
got
the
to
picture.
meet Roy.
Yeah,
they
I
had
saw
a
the
little
picture.
conversation. It was nice.
That's awesome, dude.
I was like, I'm just making dreams come true.
It's popular fucking-
You're the
Damn.
comedy fairy godmother.
Shit, man. Like, so you've done like casinos?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've done every casino in the Pacific Northwest besides Legends. Which is
Hometown.
weird.
Yeah, your hometown casino. What the fuck?
Yeah, I've only done the Topless Eagle.
You gotta hit Anthony up about that. Be like, what the fuck, Anthony? Let's make shit happen.
I've told him, like, come on, you're a backup dancer for Vanilla Ice. Hook it up.
Right?
Yeah, but that's like the only casino I have not done. I've done,
Yeah.
I think I've done all the major ones. I can't think of any that I haven't done. I haven't done the Emerald Queen. That's another one. Haven't done that one, but I think that's about it.
That's a big one. That'd be a big one to fucking do.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Fucking, well, fuck. I'm like really, really high right now. I don't know about you guys.
No.
I'm thinking of ways to segue in my head. I'm like, you guys get Disney Plus yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, I won't do that. Well, he was a Nazi. Like,
Yeah.
Walt Disney, he was a Nazi sympathizer.
Everybody's like, I'm not paying $7. Fuck you, Nazi.
fuck you, Nazi, and fuck Lady and the Tramp. I already got a dog.
Yeah, right. I got a free subscription through my fucking cell phone account.
Did you?
Yeah, they're like, oh, if you got Verizon Unlimited, you get fucking free for a year. So I'm like, I'm down with a free year. Fucking, I'm canceling this in a year, but
I know.
Right? No,
I
my
know.
wife wants it really bad, but I have no interest whatsoever. But she's constantly watching like The Little Mermaid and Lilo
Yeah.
and Stitch, and I don't, it's like her
Yeah.
comfort food. I watch Roseanne.
nice.
You know,
Another Nazi. Boom. There we
right?
go.
But she wasn't. It's like she
It was
had
pre-Nazi day,
It was
right?
pre-Nazi Roseanne.
Yeah, it's just like, pre-Michael Jackson, right? You can still listen.
Right. You
Yeah.
can still listen to it. You can listen to
As long as
Thriller.
you haven't
We
seen the
didn't know.
documentary, right? Isn't that what Chappelle said?
Yeah, like ABC is fine. Jackson 5, that's okay.
Yeah.
Even up till like Bad or whatever.
Yeah, I don't actively go out of my way to listen to Michael Jackson. So
Neither do I, but I have to say, sometimes I still enjoy it. Whether good, bad, whatever. I think the one thing to remember is this was an artist, and a lot of artists were crazy people,
Fucking insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking insane, cutting off ears and shit. Like, you don't know, like, just because someone's an artist doesn't mean that they're a good person.
Oh, by all accounts, yeah. People are assholes.
Well, and you give them a little bit of power. Good God.
Yeah, the power to do whatever the fuck you want.
Imagine having that power, though. Imagine being able to fucking, have assistants and be like, hey, go do this shit for me. It's like,
Go get me
I
a
don't
little
think I'd
boy.
want that. Like, I don't think I'd want that.
Well, I would just eat a lot of fucking Chinese food. I think that's
Right?
what I would be doing. I'd eat a lot of Chinese food. I'd probably smoke a lot of marijuana, eat a lot of Chinese food, and watch Hulu Live instead of Hulu with $5.99 with all the commercials. Like, I think
Right?
that's probably
Kick
what
in
I
for
would
the
be
extra
doing.
couple bucks.
Yeah, I'd be able to afford it.
Yeah. That's how I get my Hulu's for my through my other phone carrier, Sprint, because I have 2 cell phones.
Are you a drug dealer? What?
What are you doing? He's all, and then my beeper, I get my Netflix.
Why do you think Brandon Allen gets all his cocaine? Come on, guys.
Oh, Brandon Allen, goddamn psycho. You know what I love about that guy is that he's so fucking complex. You know what I mean?
Right?
He's not a one line. He's not a one, well, especially cocaine, not a one line. But
It's like Pringles. But you can't have just one.
no, but he's so bizarre, but he's so complex. He puts up all these psychotic things on Facebook, let's say, but then follows it up with all these really sweet cat memes. How can you not love that? Like, there's something endearing.
He's got a sweetheart. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's weird.
I know. He's so strange. Him and his little suits, but
Chest hair's all out.
Yeah,
Bam.
chest hair.
Bam.
I'm wearing my jacket. I'm fancy.
Machismo. Rocking it, dude. Hell
He's
yeah.
one of my favorites, and I love how uncensored he is because I don't believe comedy should be censored.
I very much agree with
Well,
that
did you
statement.
hear about Jaime? Did you hear about Jaime? He was banned from the open mic for
Yeah.
so many weeks because he did a rape joke.
Yeah, I heard
Now,
that.
I'm not a fan of rape jokes, but we should feel free to boo him, not ban him. I don't believe in this exclusion bullshit, because how can they do that when they let someone go up there and do kind of racist kind of stuff? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
make
where
sense.
do you draw the line?
Yeah, what's worse, racism or rape?
I did a
They're
joke.
both terrible.
I did a joke right after El Paso. And I got a mild boo getting off stage. But with that being said, I mean, you should be able to test the fucking waters. I mean, it's about boundaries and shit. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's something that works, it works. If it doesn't work, well, hey, you learned it doesn't work and you move on from it.
Exactly.
You don't keep doing it if it's not working.
Well, comedy is one of the last deals of free speech.
Of course,
like, this is
yeah.
it. This is where it is.
100%.
And to me, I feel like
Dangerous.
It is dangerous,
It's dangerous.
but I feel like if you're going to do something dirty, let's say, because I think dirty is cheap. But if you're going to do something dirty, make it something nobody's ever heard before. Something that nobody can deny.
Clever. You can't smoke cigarettes in here.
Well, and like one kind, not the
We can
other
smoke
kind.
weed in here, but we can't smoke cigarettes.
What else? Weed lingers.
This would be the best podcast studio, Kevin. You can smoke cigarettes in here.
What's with your rules?
Now I'm gonna burn it to the ground.
Talk about Nazi shit.
Don't smoke cigarettes.
But yeah, I found it offensive that they did that with Jaime. Like,
Yeah.
I just felt like, that's not okay. This is an open mic. This is not a paid show. This is a showcase. This is where people come and they're free to say stuff. And we're not always going to agree with that stuff, but I still feel like people shouldn't feel hindered going in there.
Yeah. Well, and people, if they're gonna say shitty stuff, should really soak up the booze.
Yeah, take all the booze
Take
home
it.
with you. Boo. Boo.
I like to hiss.
I think most
Yeah.
people get it though. Like
I want to throw
like,
salt at them.
Like I don't know. Like I mean, was there complaints? I mean, like why would it? Like they just be
He
like,
told
hey,
me that it was Danny's rules, not
Yeah.
the room's rules, not like the bar rules or
okay.
whatever. But I don't know exactly what went down. But just from what
Right.
I know, I'm like, that kind of sucks.
It
And
does
you know,
suck,
back
yeah.
in the day, like at Carmen's, if people would do shitty things like this, like that, we would just throw stuff at them.
And boo them.
Yeah.
Well, you let
and
the
with them.
audience dictate what is acceptable and what's not acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah.
The audience has a good judge. I mean, you could trust your audience.
I feel
can.
like you can too.
Yeah.
And that's why you can't blame the audience. Because that's like the biggest
Oh,
cop
dude, I
out
don't
ever.
think. Yeah, no, fuck
Ever.
no. It's all about going
You
out there
know,
with
oh,
the
they were
crack
a
and-
shitty audience. They were this, they were that. Nah.
Those are people that just can't admit that they suck. Like they suck.
True. Or just bore the fuck out of people. Like, you're boring. I'm sorry. Go write a poem. Like, I don't know what your calling is, but maybe, you know, either spice it up, or even if you're going to talk about boring stuff, let's say you're completely clean. And I think that's great too. Everybody has their own shtick. But make it original enough to where people listen.
Right.
You know,
Right.
You have to be able to capture them.
Yeah, and when I say like they suck, it's just the fact that like they can't admit when they have a bad night or something. It's like, oh well,
yeah.
my shit never sucks, and
Right.
shit like of that nature.
Oh, it was a shitty audience. Yeah, except they laughed at everyone else but you.
Yeah.
What I hate
Oh,
is...
dude, I embrace that now, dude. Like I used, because like back in the day when I first started doing comedy, I would like anytime like I would hit dead silence and be like, oh, the joke sucked, and I'd like say it like publicly. But like now I just stand there and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit there and take it, and we're gonna take it and enjoy it.
I own this.
I don't know.
It's
I own
mine.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I think that's important, and I think one of the worst things you can do is make excuses, and not just comedy, but in life in general. And there's
Yeah, you can't
nothing
make
worse.
excuses.
There's nothing worse than someone who always has an excuse, and
Yeah,
I
now,
find them.
sometimes
That's a really
I
good point.
have reasons.
That's a really good point.
Well, you can have reasons, but not excuses. You know, because someone who has excuses, I'm really hesitant to work with them in any environment, because if it doesn't go well, what's going to happen? There's going to be a new excuse, and it might be you. You know, like I want to work with people that own
Own their mistakes.
stuff.
Own their mistakes.
And everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off day, you know, and that's going to happen. But own it. Take it with you and grow from it. And I feel like an excuse doesn't allow for growth,
Right.
you know.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because we grow. Oh, man, I've made so many mistakes. I've made so many mistakes in life. I've made so many mistakes in comedy. But to me, it's all an experience, and you grow. And you don't grow from the fun. I'm not going to grow from what happened this weekend because it was fucking fantastic.
Right.
You know, I ain't going to grow from
pain.
that. I'm just going to fucking just kind of lay in it and enjoy it.
Yeah, you grow from the pain, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely grow from those experiences of going up on stage and just eating shit
Yeah.
set after set after set and continuing to put yourself week in, week out. It's like, for what? For what? What am I doing this for? I'm not getting paid. Just gonna go up there and embarrass myself? Shit.
Yeah.
You know, like that's I don't know, I embrace that too. Like, you know, I feel like we're on the same level there, you know?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and a lot of times when I go down to the open mic now, sometimes I have stuff written out, but a lot of times I don't, and I'm lucky enough I have enough experience I can dig back through.
Yeah.
Maybe jokes I haven't been doing, and
Yeah,
recycle
you have a
them
good
and try to-
library of material
Yeah.
built up over the years you can go back on.
But I remember doing open mics when I didn't have that,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember sometimes stinking up the place.
Oh, that was some wild times. We'd be writing new stuff as we were
As
sitting
we
there.
were sitting there, okay, this is what I'm
Is
going to
that
say.
at Carmen's? Like,
Yeah. And, you know, that's where vagina jokes happen. You know, that's where... where, you know,
Carmen.
you're like digging so deep. And I remember one time getting lit up. Like I was drinking all this wine because she didn't have any liquor license. But I was drinking all this wine.
Yeah, that's right. You could only get beer and wine. Then.
Yeah, and I was writing these horrible jokes. It was a vagina, a vibrator, all kinds of just terrible stuff. And I'd gotten up on stage and I did it. And I got off stage and Carmen came up to me and she goes, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. Susan Jones is in the back."
Oh, shit.
And Susan Jones, national headliner, sitting in the back and just watched me do some of the worst dirty material that my mind could come up with, because you always think at an open mic, oh, it's just these local people, nobody cares. And I have never been so embarrassed to go back and introduce myself. Like, I was so embarrassed, and she was like, and she laughed it off, but she was like, "You know why I'm here?" And I'm like, "Nah." And she said, "Mark Yaffe from the Powwow Comedy Jam sent me to check you out because they need a female Native American."
Damn.
But you're obviously not ready.
And
I was just like,
fuck.
correct. Now I'm going to take my vagina and go home.
And never let it out again.
Never. No. Lock and key.
But you kept treading, though, you know. I can feel that, man. 100%, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. It was pretty embarrassing to put myself through that, but
yeah.
Well,
it
and
made
you
me
know
grow.
what? Like, I got to like get better from your experience, because I've never once done a vagina joke because of that experience that you had.
Well, see, I'm glad. I'm glad.
I'm reaping your benefits here.
I'm glad it's paid off for everybody.
Because you're right. Like, unless you're that stunningly beautiful young woman, nobody wants you to talk about your vagina or your dick.
Oh, God. And that's one thing with Jaime. You stop with the pussy jokes. Nobody believes you, guy. Like, just knock it off. Like, let's stop making
Throwing
this
fire
awkward.
tonight, yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
No, dude, I love it, dude.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
It was raining out. I had a great weekend. I've got a lesbian with me. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Just feeling ballsy.
I apologize.
I know you're fresh off fucking Tacoma Comedy Club, coming on the podcast and no one listens to, fucking hot.
Burning bridges down. It'll light my way.
I'm just gonna be like, guys, I get it.
Yeah, except you told us
Time
that
to move
to
on.
his face.
Who, Jaime?
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
You did.
Sometimes
Well,
I
there
drink
you
the
go.
open mic and don't
Whatever.
remember.
I mean, you're saying it to their face now, so say it to the ears.
Say it to everyone around them.
So like, this will really test to see who fucking listens.
Oh, right. Who's pissed off at me tomorrow night?
No, this doesn't drop till Thursday, so
Thank
you're
God.
free this week.
Tuesday. Okay, I'm not going to say a fucking word about it. I'm like, hey,
High fives all around.
how you doing with that pussy?
Good pussy jokes.
Oh my god.
Shit, that's awesome.
Maybe we should just all do pussy jokes.
I think it should be pussy all night long.
Just all night long.
All night long. I think the only one that could really pull off the pussy joke, though, is Brandon Allen. Him and his hairy pussy, because you know he's getting that hairy pussy. Like, you know it. You feel it when he says it. You know. That
visceral.
is the truth.
It's
That
fucking
is the
gospel, dude. It's gospel. Brandon Allen and his hairy pussy is gospel.
Oh,
man.
God.
It's great, you know. Oh, my God.
It is the cult of hairy pussy, because every time he says it, all of the guys, praise hairy pussy.
I like, even though it's pretty fucking, you know, it kind of comes back to, like, I don't know. Like you're talking about earlier about how Jaime got banned for a rape joke, but there's a joke Brandon does, and me and Brandon have both talked about it. Like, hey, you know, what about Boy Hole 4 with Jack Hennessy? I mean, that's basically talking about underage child molestation, you know, when you break it down to the core of the fucking joke.
Right.
And everybody fucking laughs hard every fucking time. Like, well, okay, there was one time he did it, like a couple weeks ago, and it fucking, like, it was a hard time, but, like, in times past, though, that spot is killed. You know, but he doesn't get fucking suspended for 2 weeks, but I don't know.
No.
Well, I think it's like 2 steps removed,
I think it's-
though, because
yeah.
it's pretty shrouded, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, but I think you're right.
Well,
though.
Jaime is also Mexican, so let's bring that in the picture. Racism.
Right.
Fucking Danny's a racist.
Danny's got the hair for
No, I
it.
love Danny,
I'm
dude.
just
I
kidding.
fucking love Danny.
Who is it that keeps
I
calling
do,
him
but-
American History X? Is that Brandon?
I mean,
Yes.
I totally get like where he comes from in the sense of like having to. I mean, this is his first time out doing something like this, and like so he's like learning the ropes.
I
in
get
that
it.
sense.
He's staying safe.
Yeah.
He's staying safe, and I totally understand that too. I don't
Yeah.
agree with the decision, but I understand it. And
Yeah.
Danny, I don't really know Danny. I don't think I've ever had like a really long conversation with Danny, but he seems like a nice enough dude. I mean,
he's a guy you can go up and talk to about anything. I mean, if you have a problem, I've had problems in the past, you know, with situations and like,
it was very handleable. He's a very reasonable guy to talk to.
What, he's got such pretty little eyeballs, doesn't he?
Very pretty, very beautiful eyeballs. 100%. Damn. Well, I was gonna say, like, speaking of carbons and shit, I remember back. Do you remember that comedy? Like, it was some tournament, not tournament, but it was
The
competition
comedy competition,
from
yeah.
like 2010.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, I do.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is like lesson type learned, and you know, it's eventful for the fact that we have that holiday competition coming up here in like next week.
Yeah.
So like, I fucking wrote all this new material out for that competition because I was like, oh yeah, I gotta have my best, right? So I spent all this. I remember the night I wrote it, dude. And I was like, this is the best shit. And then so I go up there for the competition, and it's the first time I'm actually doing that material. So of course it bombs horribly. Like, you were probably there for it.
Yeah, I got second in that competition.
Yeah,
But anyway.
Anthony was on, and he was like, he said, I'm pretty sure he was in it too. But I went up there. I just fucking got no reaction whatsoever to it. It was just all fucking just a straight eating dick, dude. And that was like probably like one of the biggest crowds I was in front of, because it was a fucking sold out show on that one.
Oh yeah, but the
Yeah.
guy that won was a ringer. He was from like Portland or something.
Nathan Brandon, and he's gone on to win the Seattle International Comedy
That's what's
Competition, which that's the big deal. That's the international. That's the big one, you know. And Nathan's won that, and hilarious individual, like very very
Oh,
funny
he did
man.
well. I was like, come on, you can't come to Yakima and freaking dominate everything.
I
like
know.
that.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
That's one thing I appreciated about Daddy Dude, is that it's just for locals. So
I thought that was really great.
Yeah.
Great. I'm not going to do the competition, but I will be there for moral support and for anybody that wants any ideas or anything. You know, like
yeah.
that's what I'm willing to do.
Now,
But I love the energy of it.
it's all holiday shit. Like, we're all the holiday stuff.
Yeah, like holiday stories between like Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
Huh.
So,
Yeah.
But coming back to like what I was talking about bombing with all that new material.
Yeah.
It's like, so I'm having to come up with all new material now for this, like a new 5 minutes, and like, I'm not expecting to, but like if for some reason I have to go and do 10 minutes, so it's like I have to like compile this stuff, and it's like, I've never worked any of this material in front of a fucking live crowd, so it's gonna fucking, I don't know, dude. It's just like, so we got 1 week to get prepared.
Well, if it's all holiday
All two
stuff,
open mics in Yakima.
like, most of us maybe
I'm just gonna work it
one
tomorrow.
holiday joke.
I'm just gonna work it tomorrow a little bit.
But so, like, we're all going to be coming in raw because
Yeah.
almost none of us have any holiday
That's true.
jokes.
That's a good point. I didn't think really about it, but I was just thinking about myself. I'm like, I'm not.
You selfish
I need to
bastard.
fucking run this material a little bit. I don't think about other people, Lily. Shut. Not comedy. Dog eat dog fucking work.
Fuck empathy.
Fuck empathy.
So her son has Asperger's. I am smarter than all of you.
All of you.
Damn.
Empathy's for pussies.
Yeah, but I really like what's happening in Yakima right now with the comedy scene. You know, and I'm sure you know, because you've been doing it for a long time. That feeling,
like,
that new energy, you know, like how excited they all are. I love it. I love going down there on Tuesdays. It's finally a good open mic, like the Sports Center. What a bunch of bullshit. Like, that sucked. It was just a terrible fucking room.
Yeah.
It wasn't set up for an open mic.
No, it's set up for bands and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
And it's so loud in there. Like, you couldn't really gauge where you were at with your sets.
Yeah, it was pretty hard.
So I love Bill's. It's
more
so
intimate, yeah.
It's so padded. Like, it feels good. It feels good. It feels safe. It feels good.
It's womb-like almost.
It really is, because you get up there and you have them all to yourself. You know, there's no music playing. There's no other extra bullshit.
Right.
You know, so I really love the setup, and I've really enjoyed going down there and just hanging, you know, and getting up there, being able to do a set.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice. It's
Yeah.
nice. But the Sports Center would make me feel bad about myself. Hop Nation, that makes me feel really bad about myself.
Oh, dude, I
So
bombed
sad.
so many times at Sports Center, dude. Like, I would go up there, like, fucking, oh, man. It was always the greatest thing, because, like, you know that Laughs of Yakima? Basically, you know what Danny took over the stuff before that Chevy was doing?
Yeah.
Fucking, like, every time I saw Chevy, because they never asked me to do any of those shows, which, I'm totally cool with or whatever, but, like, anytime you're talking about, like, bombing in front of Susan.
Yeah.
Like, you're not ready. Like, anytime I'd be in front of Chevy, I would bomb fucking hard. But every time she was gone, I would be like, I was all right tonight.
Right.
Like, we had a couple laughs in there, but like, it was always pretty embarrassing because of the Sports Center.
I do have to say, though, that you accommodated for that with that way too high joke. That worked perfectly.
Yeah, that was a good joke. That was a
That was
a true fucking story, dude. That was a scary fucking night. Dude. I fucking, you come out here and you're like, oh, what do you do out here, Kevin? I'm like, we grow things, right? Well, I grow a lot of marijuana, too. And so, like from like the year's previous crop, dude, like I had a bunch of fucking fucking dry shift resin or like hash or whatever, and so like I took a bunch of it and put it in a very small amount of it's like a decent amount of brownies, but like I took like 2 or 3 bites, dude. But I put the whole fucking, I had this whole thing, right? I probably put like fucking like 400 times the amount of what you're supposed to be putting inside a fucking edible, and like I took like 2 fucking little bites. My wife took like 1 bite, and then like 45 minutes later, she comes out and like I'm all sitting there watching Big Trouble in Little China. I'm like, I'm starting to fucking feel this. Like, oh shit. And she's like, yo, I need to see you in the bedroom. And she's like, fucking, like, she put the kids to bed all quick. I was like all scared. I was like, fuck, I'm really high right now. And then so we get in bed. She's like, dude, I'm really fucking high. I'm like, thank God. Oh my God. Like, are you high? And she's like, uh-huh. And so like we had to spend the whole evening just fucking, I was the highest I've ever been in my life. And I had to fucking talk her down, and it was insane.
It sounds miserable. Oh, and for those of you that don't know, when he does that joke, he does the reverb on the mic so that it echoes all crazy, so you feel like you're high too. Yep. It's fucking brilliant.
If I actually put effort into this podcast, I'd be going in there and putting that in there in the post. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, what's funny is one time. So the whole thing with Susan is she is the first headliner that ever took me out. I spent 2 years on the road, just like doing straight up comedy on the road. Mm-hmm. I did Idaho Falls, did all the triple runs, did all the bullshit.
Yeah, I've heard about the triple runs, dude. I've heard about the triple runs, dude.
Yeah, and that's how like you earn your stripes. Idaho Falls on Mardi Gras.
Yeah, but fucking Joey Diaz is the one that I listen to, and he's the one that I've heard about coming through on the triple runs.
And Joey Diaz came up with Susan Jones.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so they're friends. And so me and Susan one time, and this is long after all that, this is just like about a year or 2 ago, me and Susan had went and done a show over in by Vancouver, Washington, and it was for a dispensary. And we were paid a little bit of money, but we were paid mostly in marijuana, and marijuana products. So we had joints and all this stuff, but we also had lots of snacks. Uh-huh. And we didn't really understand milligrams at that point, So we were driving back, and we got almost to Seattle, right by Tacoma, and we're hungry, man. We're fucking hungry. And so we have these snacks in the car, and she had this marijuana popcorn, 100 milligrams. And she's just snacking on it, We don't know. We have no idea. And so I have this little jelly candy, and it's delicious, and it's about the size of $50. 100 milligrams. Didn't know what that fucking meant. So we're eating all the snacks, okay? And we get over to North Seattle. We go over to Laughs Comedy Club because we want to watch that close out and talk to friends there and whatnot, hang out for a bit. So we go. We get there. We're fine. We're okay. Susan lives 5 minutes away from Laughs Comedy Club. So it wasn't until we were ready to leave when we get out to her little SUV that it all kicked in. Damn. And we're 5 minutes away from our house. We were lost for 1 hour, driving in circles, scared out of our fucking mind. And then Susan starts saying this bullshit. She's like, the tabs are expired. You gotta drive. I can't be driving. The tabs are expired. And I said, no, bitch. Those are your tabs. It's your problem. Like, let's go.
Did you even have a license at that point?
Well, let's not talk about that. We're talking about marijuana and Susan's tabs.
Can't drive.
I'm like, I cannot be driving this vehicle. And she's like, you have to. I'm like, no, this is all your fault. You have to drive. She's like,
I'm not driving your car. I just ate 100 milligrams of fucking edibles, motherfucker. I ain't driving cars for
She's like, I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to go to jail. And we're driving and driving. And finally, we get back to our house. So we make it there. We finally get inside. And I lay on her little pull-out couch I always sleep on. And I'm laying there. And she's laying in her recliner. silence. Okay? We're sitting there in the fucking pitch dark. Not talking. And all I can think about is fucking devil.
Oh, shit.
There's no good thoughts going on.
Dude, that's what happened to my wife, too. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
She thought, like, death and, like, all this shit.
Everything bad you could ever think of. Something bad that you did in 5th grade all of a sudden comes to the front of your fucking mind. You're going to burn hell. Like, I'm laying there, and Susan's laying in the recliner, and finally she says, hey, man. I'm like, what?
Oh, real life. Oh, no.
And she goes, I can't go up to my room. I can't walk. I need to just sleep here. I said, oh, thank God. I can't stop thinking about the devil. She goes, me too. And then we were both silent until we both just fell asleep. And it took forever. And so that's how I learned about milligrams. And 100 milligrams is too many for me. I mean, I'm a good 5 milligrammer. You know, I can have, like, me and my husband will split a 10 milligram jelly and go on about our day and have a good time. I mean,
That's all you need. 10 milligrams.
But 100 milligrams?
Yeah.
That's where the devil comes in and fucks with your brain. Yes. Yeah. You're like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
I had to keep repeating to myself when I was that high. I just had to keep, like, I was like, you're just fucked up. You ate a bunch of weed. Like, I was very reasonable with myself, but I was just like, it felt like, because, like, I hadn't drank also, like, in, like, 2 years at that point or some shit, dude. So I've been relatively sober, so I hadn't been, like, fucked up. Like, I wasn't in control for, like, a long time. So it was, like, having that moment, being, like, because of weed, you're, like, kind of sick, but you're not sick, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I puked a little bit, but not a lot. You know, it was fucking intense, dude.
I have envy of, you know, like, you guys bond over weed, and I can't do it. I'm, like, on the outside.
I was like, I got a little bit of vodka over here.
Vodka's good.
Well, I think when I first met you, you must have been like 15, because you and Sierra are the same age, right?
I'm like 2 years older than her.
Are you? Because I think I met you at her 15th birthday party.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
At her mom's little duplex.
Yeah, little duplex off 16th Avenue.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, and me and Ruth would be sitting there getting super stoned. Like, that was our deal.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought, and we were super stoned too, because like Ruth totally let us smoke weed. That was like my mom though too, because like we'd go over to my house and like smoke weed, and my mom would just fucking let us just fucking chill. It's intense. Yeah, I remember when I remember being at Sierra's house and like her bringing you up, and it was like, oh yeah, my mom's friend wants to do comedy and stuff. I was like, oh, it's Bahiyyih. And then fucking all these years later,
Yeah. Well,
like you said, Sierra's a teacher now?
Yeah,
That's
she's
fucking
a
bad.
teacher.
See, if there's one person I could request on the podcast, it'd be Sierra, dude. I haven't talked to Sierra in years.
She is such a ridiculous individual. She's got to be one of the most ridiculous people I have ever met in my entire life. But I love it. I love that she's so nuts. But, I mean, her mom's Ruth. I mean, this old hippie, like, for real.
Ruth fucking, dude, she was like a mom, dude. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
For my 40th birthday, me and Ruth did Molly.
That's what's up. Is that the first time doing Molly?
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, for my 40th birthday. And we did it in her living room over in Vancouver. And where did we get it? We got it from Sierra's boyfriend at the time was selling it on the campus of the school that she was going to. So we bought this Molly. We're doing it. And then we didn't know what was going to happen. We had no idea. I mean, Ruth at this point is 60-some. I just turned 40. We don't know what's going on, you know? And we're sitting there at the kitchen table, and we're just like, do you think I kicked in? You think you feel anything? I don't know. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, the doorbell rings, and that's when we really felt it. We're like,
It's like,
dun, dun, dun.
oh, shit.
Ding dong. Oh, no.
I can feel the reverberations for the doorbell. The vibration.
And Ruth answers it. You know, she's like, hello. And,
I can see it.
and it ends up being one of Sierra's other friends that they were all going to school with. And his name was Jonathan. And Ruth's like, oh, thank God it's you, Jonathan. And he's like, yeah. And he goes, well, I was told that you guys were doing some Molly for Bahiyyih's birthday. And she's like, yes. He goes, well, I'm here to help guide your trip.
That's awesome. He's like, I'm just doing the rounds.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, good.
I'm the Molly fairy.
Someone's in charge. And
tell us what to do.
Well, and he did, because he was like, do you guys want a light show? And we're like, we have no idea what that means, but yes, we do. And he's all, I need a room that's completely darkness. And we're like, okay. So we bring him into the garage, and it's pitch black in there. He sets up his little laptop. He puts on these fucking little gloves. Mm-hmm. and they have little lights on the fingertips, okay? And he just starts up like this fucking rave trap music or some bullshit, you know. It's just do, 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 you know. And me and Ruth are like, what's going on? And we're just sitting there. And all of a sudden, he starts waving his fingers around. And it's a light show. It's a real fucking light show. And we were sitting there like little cats, just like, watch a laser, watch a laser, watch a laser. We had the best time. The best time, you know. And by the time he left us in the backyard.
Yeah.
Very comfortable listening to birds.
That's all you can ask. I mean, at that point of the night, you know, you're just like fucking just chilling.
I think it was like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Oh, it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, so I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking you're talking like fucking 12 o'clock midnight.
Yeah,
we're hanging out all night.
We're all ladies. We do this shit during the day just in case we gotta drive to the
I take
store.
drugs at noon, motherfucker. Fuck you.
I'm like, all my shit early.
These mushrooms aren't gonna eat themselves. This is fucking
lunchtime.
God.
Me and Ruth used to do mushrooms all the time. And you know what she'd turn into? A little old lady lizard. It was the strangest thing. It was the strangest thing. She would just be this little grumpy old lizard. And it was, I loved it.
Yeah. Some like reptilian shit right there.
Yeah, isn't that weird? She was always
like
talking about
these lizard persons. Like, damn, like, oh.
Well, she was always talking about the reptilian brain, and maybe that's why my head automatically brought her to like turning into like a fucking I don't know names of lizards.
Yeah, she was all into like conspiracies and shit. Like,
she's so far ahead of everybody though. Like she was talking about Monsanto before anybody knew
about Monsanto.
I
remember talking about Monsanto back then. It was known then that it fucking caused cancer.
There's like the robot alien people.
Oh, the synthetics.
Yeah, the
the clones, the synthetics, the transgender agenda.
Oh man,
the cyberskin sex dolls. What?
Very wicked.
Those are like robots. They're coming out with like robot fucking people. It's happening, dude. AI.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
They're growing. They just got done growing an inner ear from like a 3D. No, they printed it from a 3D printer in South America, and they are like curing deafness.
Yeah, I don't get how like a 3D fucking printer works, dude. Like I see it at schools, and it's like, oh, we fucking design labels and shit, and like you know they just clone shit.
Like, how do you make human tissue? Like that's what gets me. Like
it's like fucking Total Recall. It's like,
can they make cake? Like, that's what I really want to know. Can I have some brownies now?
I want cake in 10 minutes. Like a big old fucking birthday cake. 10 minutes.
All the frosting. I wanted to say happy birthday, bitch.
You just put the fucking shit in there.
I don't know. It takes forever. In reality, I feel like it's way, way faster just to make a cake.
Really? Yeah. I don't understand it. I mean...
Well, they code in, like, all the different ins and outs and nooks and crannies, and then it does it, like, super, super thin layer at a time. So it's...
But what are they layering?
Whatever material they put into it.
So you can put like genetic material into it?
I guess so, yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
What's happening? That's bizarre.
A lot of thin layers.
Google's in control. You know, like fuck, dude. We're scared now, dude. Human beings
is in control. Like that's where I get all of my information.
That's where I get all my information.
And that's where they get all their information about you.
I know. And I'm always I don't want an Alexa. I don't want this stuff in my house. I don't want them listening to me. As I have my phone sitting there and I get on there, and then all of a sudden something will pop up with, about secretive whatever. And I'm like, I just fed this phone everything.
Oh yeah, your phone's already listening to you right now.
Oh no. I think our neighbor's listening to us too. Our neighbor Carlos, like he's super high tech. You know what I'm saying? Like
he would too.
Like he like hacks into your computers and shit. Like
I think so because like all of his shit's wired up to Alexa. Like he'll tell Alexa, lights 10%, and it all like dims down for his gaming and shit.
Look how woke I am.
Yeah, Alexa, he like talks to all of his lights and shit. Yeah. And so
he taught me how to use my phone. I couldn't figure it out.
Well, my husband,
your phone can do so much.
My husband will go over there and play games every once in a while, and him and Carlos have an agreement. Like Noe mows the yard, and Carlos gives us access to his server with all the movies. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's a nice like trade off.
Yeah, but one day we're sitting in the house, we're in our back bedroom, and me and Noe are talking about how we really need to get a Fire Stick because we've got. I have a smart TV in the room, but our daughter Naomi has a flat screen in her room, but it really needs a Fire Stick because the cable isn't hooked up to it, blah, blah, blah.
Or you can get a cheap
I got kids too, man. I understand. You got to hook them up. You got to hook up a kid every once in a while. Be like, hey, you want the fucking Fire Stick? And they're like, what? Netflix? Hulu? Amazon Prime?
Gossip Girl.
I've been watching The Sopranos on Amazon Prime. Never watched The Sopranos before.
I started doing that. I watched the whole series back when it was on, and I started rewatching it.
It's good stuff.
And it is like, it's dated. It's, it's been a minute.
Well, me and my husband were in there talking about this fucking Amazon, the little Fire Stick. That's what we were talking about. 2 days later, Carlos comes over, okay? And he knocks on the door. I know he always talks to him outside because our dog Bill goes crazy. He'll pee on stuff. Anyways, so he goes outside. He's talking to Carlos, and he comes back, and he goes, "You're not going to believe this." And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Carlos got us a Fire Stick."
It's because
maybe you guys just had paper thin walls, and he's just like, "I can hear you."
No, but it's in the back bedroom.
I got you.
And so I tell Noe, "Hey,
creeper, fucking
I'm like,
Carlos.
Hey, come here, come
Creeper
here."
Carlos.
And I bring him back to the same bedroom where I feel like Carlos is listening to us, and I said, "Look, man, I think Carlos is listening to us." And Noe's like, "I think you're right."
When you think about it, dude, everything's got a fucking microphone, dude. The computer,
Everything does.
the
Everything
actual,
does. Oh,
yeah, everything.
And he said, "Maybe we should ask for better stuff."
Right? Like, build a vision board.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
shoot for the moon.
we want.
I'd really like a PlayStation 4.
Yes, I would. But then
I think
your
they're
phone's just going to
amazing.
give you ads for a PlayStation 4.
Dude, I was all talking here recently to my wife about, like, cause, like, I was having, like, some sleep issues. Like, I was just waking up a lot during the middle of the night, so I was just talking to her about it. And then within days, I'm seeing, like, ads on Facebook for, like, melatonin and all these, like, little, take this little gummy and you can go to sleep. And it's like,
Absolutely.
It's just, like, all the shit we give up, all the privacy we've given up, and it goes back to, like, what? Patriot Act?
Yeah.
2001?
Oh yeah.
There was a lot of shit that was lost back then. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we give
Crazy
up all
times.
of our privacy so that we can like cruise Reddit in the middle of the night when we can't
20
sleep.
years ago. It's like the effects now of 20 years later. It's just like, it's like, whoa.
Well,
Is life that much better? I don't know.
Well, what's nuts is that it's not like we're not like, oh, it's an invasion of privacy. Like, people are actually wanting people to watch their life. All the influencers.
Make it easy. I want to press that button, Kevin
Yeah.
Porter. I want them to know. Yeah, I have sleep issues. Give me melatonin, Facebook. Like,
But
I have sleep issues because I'm looking at my cell phone all the time.
well, I remember reading 1984. I remember reading 1984 way before the cell phones are what they are today and
And
stuff.
then when 1984 happened and it didn't go that way, it was really kind of disappointing.
Well, but what's weird now is that I remember thinking, the television thing, because they had the televisions that would
where
watch
it's
them.
watching you, yeah.
And I was like, oh,
You'd have to
that's
be
so
in the-
creepy.
yeah.
That's so creepy. But
I
now
never
I have a
finished that
television
book.
that watches me in every fucking room besides the bathroom.
Then
I have my phone.
My wife was telling me about how, like, now, like, in homes, like, because, like, we're looking to, like, remodel our house and shit. So it's like she's been looking at a lot of home stuff, and, like, the style is, like, open concepts.
Yes.
And the open concept aspect is, if you're looking at it, like, at a very, conspiracy looking level, is to allow all the devices, everything's going on. So you have no. Like,
Yes.
It's like the Big Brother house. Literally 1984.
I know.
Oh my
I
god,
know.
full circle.
It's like those lofts. What? It's crazy, dude.
It's
like 2020 has me freaked out. It
Yeah.
really does have me freaked out.
Well, and what I hate is when somebody's like so anti talking about any of this. You know what I mean? And they'll say things like, "Well, what only person that's going to be afraid about the government listening to someone that's doing something?" It's like, no, bitch.
I listen to CNN, guys. That's my favorite news source. Anderson Cooper.
It's like, man, like, don't you understand? Like, privacy is a thing that
Yeah,
I
you
would
should-
like to hang on
yeah.
to. You know?
Yeah.
I always think it makes me feel better because I'm just not that fucking important. They're listening
Yeah.
to me so that they can sell me more hoodies because I need more hoodies.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to is your info equals money.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like with a name like Bahiyyih, that's Persian. And my middle name's Persian too. The only thing that's not Persian is mud. Okay? So it kind of feels like maybe they would take a second look. You know?
Right.
I know I get checked. I won't. It's only happened once. But I got checked for explosives getting on a plane. But
Did you really?
Yeah.
Damn, dude. It was like, I'm
that
honored.
story. I've not heard that story.
Well, we were
government?
just standing in line, getting ready to go on the plane. But I made the mistake of asking the guy at some point, "Hey, so what are you doing?" Because he had all this stuff.
Oh, shit. You're just, like, taunting him. You're
Yeah,
like, fuck you.
And he was like, oh, well, we dust for residue of explosives, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, wow. So I'm standing there with Noe, and they take my tickets out, and then he says, oh, you've been randomly picked. I'm going to check you for explosives.
Random.
Lighters? Like, I don't know.
Right.
But you know
I
what's
used to
weird?
smoke cigarettes 5 years ago. Like,
Well, like, but what if you'd gone to go shoot a gun, like target shooting, and then went to get on the plane?
You know what's funny?
Yeah,
it was like being so worried about it while they're doing it, even though I knew I didn't have any explosives, I still began to question myself. You know what I mean?
Easily,
have I touched firecrackers? Like, what's going on here? Maybe I shouldn't have brought those sparklers with me. Like,
well, and there's the fact that they can do whatever the hell they want.
yeah. I mean, how do they have to prove, that this is what happened? And how do they prove it? How does that happen?
It's probably a lot of lying that goes on. I don't know. How many terrorists did these people actually ever stop?
None.
None.
Not
They
one.
don't stop any.
No, I think legit they've stopped like 3.
Well, I think that they've probably stopped some that we don't even know about. I think shit's probably scarier than we think. That's just my assumption, because I like to think the worst of people, and I like to assume things.
Right.
So I like to think that, and you know what? It's terrible because we're all so programmed now. We're programmed with fear. We're taught to be scared, and we're taught to be scared of things that aren't normal in our regular life, right? So I know getting on a plane and I see some Islamic people get on, I still have that thing in my head of
stereotypes.
Yeah, like I hope we don't die, or I hope that they think I'm one of them and I can help them and we'll get away clean.
They all die. That's kind of the thing. Like, every one of them is a suicide mission.
God damn it! I was hoping they'd just take me with them. Like, we're gonna run off and live in a cave.
Yeah,
I don't know
paradise
what the fuck's gonna
with
happen.
your 72 virgins.
I don't need those virgins.
I know.
That's weird. I mean, my husband would tell you, "Oh, they're gonna be bored." Just kidding. That's horrible.
Little do they know. Jeez.
These 72 virgins, 70 of them are staying virgins.
Sorry.
I could only go every 6 hours, guys. I apologize.
I'm tired. You guys want to watch some Netflix and chill? Like, for reals?
Who wants second player on PlayStation 4, guys? Come on.
Who's got the snacks?
Let's play some Mortal
Calm it
Kombat.
down. Basement Ahmed.
I earned this moment, guys. I earned this moment.
Everybody make your best meal you've ever made and serve it to me.
Whoa. We didn't... Put me back in the kitchen. What are you talking about?
That's what she would do with 72 virgins. Make them cook.
Can we get
Give
cake?
me some food.
Make
Yeah,
you that cake?
cake it up. Middle Eastern cake. I'm down.
Oh,
I'm
for
down.
sure.
International cakes.
I don't think I've ever... What is Middle Eastern food?
Middle Eastern food it's so the spices are so different than what we have. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Indian food. A lot of the same spice
I've had Indian food, yeah.
as Indian food, but like I used to work for a Palestinian family. I used to work at some of their mini marts in town. And they just treated me like I was their daughter. And it was because my name was Persian. So they were like, you're one of us. And I said, okay, let's go. And the wife used to make me food. And she would make this like cinnamon chicken. And I know it sounds bizarre.
Sounds good.
Oh,
hell yeah.
It was so good. And like this rice. And I don't know if it was the saffron, like what spices she was using.
Saffron is the shit.
But it was amazing. And they would have things I'd never had. Like I'd never had fresh figs before. I've had dried figs. But I'd never had fresh figs. And how sweet they are and how amazing they are. And they had brought back this crate of them. And I ate so many. I mean, I ate all these fucking figs. And that baklava.
Baklava. I've had baklava.
Oh, it's amazing. It's great stuff.
Really good.
You know?
I catered a wedding a few months ago that was a Palestinian wedding, and that whole family and like all the dudes in town that I recognized them as, Middle Eastern in general. Every one of them was there.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's one big family in Yakima. There's one big family, and they're all related. They own several mini marts. I know it sounds like really stereotypical, but they really do.
No, dude, I get it.
And I enjoyed working for them. I had a great time.
They have construction companies as well. I used to help them out when I
think
worked
they
at Home
sell
Depot.
cars too.
Yeah,
Well, they fucking have the American dream all figured out, guys.
for real, for real.
Yeah, dude. No, fucking the best man at my wedding was fucking Palestinian. least he claims to be Palestinian. I don't know. We always called him like the Palestinian minion. And he'd always wish death to like Israel. I don't know. We stopped hanging out with him after a while. We're like, all right, you gotta calm down that Israel shit, dude.
Like, we've heard that enough times.
Heard that enough times, guys.
I remember after 9/11 because I had worked at that mini mart for quite a while until I'd gotten a normal above the table job, and it was right after 9/11, and one of their stores is right on the corner of 16th and Tieton.
Oh no, I know exactly which one. Yeah.
And the owner stood out there.
I remember that guy. Like, we used to go there in middle school.
Yeah.
Candy after school and shit.
Roy is what he went by, but it was his real name
like a
was
little
Aziz.
short guy.
Yeah, a little short, kind of chubby guy. You know.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. That guy was fucking always nice to me.
Yeah, he was a great dude, and I remember after 9/11 though, it being very scary for Middle Eastern people in the United States because of what had just happened. And I remember right after 9/11, he'd stand up there with a big American flag.
There you go.
You know, and he's like, God bless America. God bless America.
Because people that come to this country, I mean, those people appreciate the opportunity. Like, people that really know true oppression, that come from outside of the world and come here, they're like fucking babies. Like, you fucking baby Americans, you know?
Well, also, it's like, you're not going to move to a country that you don't like.
Well, the money here...
You know, if I hated French people, I wouldn't move to France.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, the opportunity you can get, like, you're talking about that family, you know, just coming in and, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's how America was built on.
Well, and if you look at the Mexicans are the fastest assimilating group of people that have ever been in America.
That's a good point, yeah.
They are. And they're the only brown-skinned people that have come to America that don't have this oppression in their blood. You know what I mean? Mexicans have a lot of pride.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
They have all this pride, and to them, the American dream is true. It is true, and they come here and they make that for themselves.
Yeah, they bust their asses doing
it. They bust their asses.
That's beautiful, man.
And then when you see what's happened right now with the government and the camps and, you know, breaking down those people and putting that oppression into their blood because it goes through that bloodstream and it goes to the next generation. So you're going to see more broken people. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what happens if you look at the black community. That oppression of slavery runs through the blood. It runs through the blood. Like, that's friggin'... I've seen a couple of different articles about generational trauma. Yeah. And how it affects your actual freaking DNA.
I believe that. It affects your DNA. Because, like, even just, like, I don't know, parents that, like, have, you know, childhood trauma.
Yeah.
You know, that is passed down from mother to daughter. From father
even
to
they
son.
have found that if someone has a bad back... Okay, let's say you've injured your back, and during that time you conceive a baby.
Well, you're given like all that DNA to your child, like whatever you're consuming at that time, you know.
Yeah,
like,
so that weakness goes on to the next strand of DNA.
Yeah. And damn it, mom!
Fucking mom!
But it's really interesting because people want to be like, oh, black people should get over it when it's only how long has it been? Mm-hmm. How long has it been? I mean, how long has it been since slavery? How long has it been since segregation? You know,
60 years.
That's nothing. That's nothing. We have people that were still living that back then.
I think it comes back to like what you're talking about fear, though. Like, we're supposed to be fearful of people, and you know, instead of embracing people as like your brother and sister and coming together, like we're taught to fear. So I mean, that's why. And plus, you have the internet now, is where everybody has, you know, a million fucking voices going off. So no one's ever going to agree on anything. So
nah.
You know, people just gotta come together and just be like, hey, I love you, you know, as long as a person's good to me, like, I don't fucking care, like, I don't know, I don't judge people on shit, like, you know, you're a cool person to me, I'm a cool person to you. Yeah. And if more people did that shit, I think we'd have a better fucking world, you know?
Legit.
I think one of the problems with the internet, though, is that there's a lot of people with misplaced anger.
Ooh, that's good.
You know, that don't face their trauma.
Very true.
They don't face what's happened.
It's full circle on this episode there.
So, you know what they do? They get online.
Yeah.
And they jump on any angry bandwagon they can get on. It doesn't matter if it's politics. It doesn't matter if it's any social issue. Let's say gender. You know, let's say politics. Or even, I've seen people fucking fight about if the earth is flat or round, which is ridiculous because we all know it's round. But anyways, but you know, it's like...
I'm really mad about it.
They'll find anything...
The earth is fucking round, okay? Shut the fuck up about it.
They'll fight about a movie. Whether that movie was good or not, and it'll get deep.
Ghostbusters with the ladies, which was funny, by the way. People were so pissed about it.
I own the movie. I own it.
Yeah, it was good. Like,
but that's the thing. Like, people with this anger, well, they'll fight about anything, you know. And my husband's notoriously a nice person. He's just, that's who he is. He's a very nice man. People like him. But I'll tell you what, he carries stress of a family. He carries all these different stresses that he doesn't address. And he gets online, and what does he do? He will fight a motherfucker about Sasquatch.
oh man, when him and Cassie get together and form a coalition,
They will burn the motherfucker down.
my wife and her husband will get together online and just fucking murder people.
Yeah. Destroy, destroy, destroy. You know, and it's so funny because it's so different than who he is in life. You know what I mean? It's like he's so agreeable, and then he gets online and he's so divisive. Like, he is ready just to separate and destroy. That's it.
Oh, she's quietly aggressive all the time, but quietly. On the internet, it's loud.
That's most people I know, you know, that are loud on the internet. They're pretty quiet in real life.
Yeah, and see, and I'm kind of, you know, shoot from the hip. Like, I'm just going to tell you whatever it is. And sometimes I'll hurt feelings, but I'm a mom, and it's my job.
Nah, man, I respect being, like, you telling it how it is, dude. There's a large respect factor in that.
Yeah, but there's
100%.
also a large of, like, people, some people hate it. Like, if they have anything that makes them feel weird, any kind of insecurity, I will push those buttons by accident without even realizing it. And then there's, like, this really strange backlash. But
That's where an apology goes, you know. It's like, hey, you know.
I know.
But we already established you fucking have no problem calling it out if you fucking call it wrong or something.
yeah, and
you know?
I apologize a
Yeah.
lot. Like, I usually, you know, I'll, you know, tear them down real good and then build them back up.
Like
and
the
say,
military.
I'm sorry.
Some
You know,
other
faster,
factor, though.
stronger.
It's some other factor. That's what you do to your
Yeah.
kids. You know, what the fuck are you doing that for? You gotta fucking no.
Yeah.
Hey, come here, man. Let me get you some fucking ice cream. We're gonna fucking chill for a second.
I love you.
Breathe. Yeah, I love you. I'm sorry for getting angry.
I shouldn't have done that. It had nothing to do with you. It's all me. And you're kind of stupid. But it's all
But
me.
it's all
I
like,
made you.
It's learning, though.
But
you know? It's
furthermore,
learning.
reported 0600.
You have wisdom to bestow on people, though. You know, and that's a good thing.
Ah, so weird to be so old.
Yeah.
I have wisdom.
Ew.
I know. It's
You get a little bit more. You get a little bit more. Fucking every decade you're alive, right?
yeah.
I feel more wiser now than I was when I was in my 20s, dude. I made a lot of, like, you know, you said you know me since I was 15. I made a lot of mistakes between the last fucking, you know, 15 to 20
You're
years,
fucking
dude.
telling me.
Yeah.
We
You're
were
telling
all
me.
You're like,
flaming
oh,
idiots
God.
in our
Like, I got an
20s.
extra fucking 15 years on you.
You know what makes me upset is
Yeah.
that at 45, I feel great. Like, I am the most confident and the least attractive I've ever been all at the same time, which is really fucking weird as a lady. You know what I mean? Because looks used to mean so much. But now, my looks are fading, you know. Well, Botox, bringing them back. But anyways,
So you straight up really did get Botox?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I love it. And I will keep doing
I'll
it.
do it again.
Pretty soon I'm going to look like a cat. Meow. But anyways,
I reserve the right to make fun of you to your face, to your meow face.
well, and I won't be able to react, at least emotionally, through my face, only my words. But it's so funny because I have all this confidence that I didn't have when I was younger. Like, and so now it's like I don't give a fuck. I give no shits. Like, I
That's
just
a good
bitch
feeling,
all the
dude.
time. Yeah, I
That's a
just
good
don't
feeling.
fucking care. Like, I feel like I'm killing it. Like, other people around me are fucking scared, but I feel fucking phenomenal. Like, I feel really, really good.
You need to listen to this. I think it's Snoop Dogg. The lyric, most of the lyric is just "I don't give a fuck" N-word. And when you put that song on, you feel really powerful.
Oh my god. I need that in the office.
Roll your shoulders a little bit. You're like, all right, I'm getting this.
Do the Wonder Woman pose. And I don't give a fuck.
No fucks. Like, I just truly don't. I feel like this is, like, I'm as good as I'm going to get. Like, this is it. This is what I have to work with. And I think it's pretty great because it could have been a lot worse. I mean, before comedy, before my husband, I was a single welfare mom with a television. Didn't even fucking work. Okay? Didn't have a fucking car.
Right.
Buying groceries at the fucking 7-Eleven because I could walk there. Like, that was my life before. So now, as a 45-year-old woman that's still financially not very stable, but, you know, I have a home, I have my husband, I have life, I have comedy, you know. Now my biggest gripes are, you know, I only sold this many t-shirts. You know what I mean? Like, feels like back then so much more was hanging on. You know, there was so much more to lose. Like if I didn't make the money, I wasn't going to be able to pay my electric bill. You're going to have to pull up the extension cord to hook up to the neighbor. Don't even know fucking about it. You know what I mean? Like there was like so much more stress. Now my stresses seem like superficial.
Like uncertainty in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe, you know, now it's like if we run out of bread, you can buy bread. But I remember back in the day not being able to have that fucking luxury.
Right.
You know? Or even a way to get to the fucking store to get the fucking bread.
Yeah. That's how I grew up with my mom, because my mom was like a single mom and shit, and like that straight up, like the struggle was real and shit, dude.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now it's like
We had good times, but then, you know, there were some times, we're definitely pinching pennies and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now I feel like I'm fucking killing it.
Killing
You know
life.
what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And I have a credit score above 600. What?
What? It's like, we should just stop the podcast now. Like, how do you top that? How do you top that, Bahiyyih?
You can't top it. Except for her credit score. Fuck you, you lesbian. They're very responsible and they're good with their money.
Hey, should be commended.
But she has a gambling problem. Ha ha, Lillian. Ha ha.
Everybody's secrets come out.
I lost $200 yesterday, but I have a
fuck.
credit score of 720.
Nice.
I won $500 at Snoqualmie Casino yesterday.
I don't think they count your gambling losses, right? Do you have to report that shit? Like, I don't know. I don't
if
think so.
You only have to report it if it's more than like $1,200.
Yeah, something
per
like that.
hit.
Per hit, so per little ticket. So you want to play that down to about
Yeah.
$9.99, then you're in the clear for sure.
What do
Yeah.
you play?
Slots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slots.
I've won on some slots before.
Yeah.
I won $2,000 last month.
Damn, dude. No, then yeah, you're gonna lose $200 every once in a while if I can cash out on that $2,000.
It happens. Credit score 720. That's how we maintain.
Is that like the highest amount that you've won?
That was over several times. The highest amount I've ever won was $780.
That's not bad.
The highest one I ever won was $1,400.
Damn, dude. Fucking check this.
Legends.
We went to my wife's wife's cousin's baby shower up in Bremerton.
Yeah.
Okay, so we showed up and like we ended up just like fucking rolling in town. It was like dark and shit. We're like, all right, let's get some food. So we found some like golf course, fucking Apple, some restaurant off a golf course and shit. So we posted up. There's like live music and shit. People are getting rowdy. Me and my wife normally are like, you know, like you said, Netflix and chill. Like we just stay at home a lot. We don't really do a lot. So we're like, oh, this is nice. We don't have the kids tonight. You know, having a couple of drinks and shit. And we start home with pull tabs and shit. Like the highest amount on there was like $500, dude. And then boom, she fucking pulls it, and we get fucking $500 just off like.
Isn't it the
Yeah,
best?
yeah. And so it was like, oh shit. So we went to Goodwill the next day, and like fucking, I was
Bought
like, I'm gonna buy
everything.
every fucking DVD I want right now. On a
Yeah.
shopping spree.
Hell yeah. No, that's funny though, because that's what I totally did. I
Hell
won
yeah.
that $780. It
Yeah.
was like 3-4 weeks ago. And I went almost directly to Goodwill and just like bought a bunch of work clothes. You know why? 720.
What's 720?
My credit score.
Oh yeah, damn, fucking, I'm so high. You're established earlier. I'm fucking high as shit, dude. Short ass fucking attention span.
Responsibility, man.
That's responsibility to get voted.
I also went to the grocery store with it. Like, really? That's
That's what I did with mine. I bought a whole bunch. I paid some bills.
Yeah.
I have bought some groceries since I won the $500 at Snoqualmie.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
kids are happy.
Bellies are fed. You're like, fuck yeah.
Old
about
lady
that?
fun. Old lady fun. What's up?
It was 9:00 in the morning when I won that money. So that's what I do. I go to the Sunrise Club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
9:00 in the fucking morning. You're like just drinking coffee. You're like,
Yeah.
for a little, like, well, we established earlier. You take Molly at fucking noon. So you know.
Yeah. So
I
that
can't
was
believe I
later.
said that on here. Jesus Christ! Don't put this on my page.
Fuck. I know. It's like, don't tag me. Please don't tag me on Facebook.
My coworkers
I
will see
have to-
me in a whole new light.
I have to
They
do
think
that
I'm
with
so
my wife's
serious.
friends. Like, I can't. Anytime my wife's on here, I never tag her just because like we have a lot of like family friends that don't know about this podcast. Nor do I really want them to know about this podcast.
Well, it's
Totally.
okay. Like, nobody listens to it, right?
People listen to it.
I have a bit of a following.
Let's get serious for a second, guys. I got downloads in Iran. Okay, shit's real. right, Bahiyyih and fucking Lilly. Thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast.
Oh, thanks for having us. That was a lot of fun, man.
Dude,
Yeah, man.
we'll definitely do this again.
Yeah.
We gotta get Jessica out here next time, dude.
Oh,
Get
yeah.
all three of you, dude.
Yeah. Oh, ridiculous.
Tear it down.
God, that would be a lot.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you let everybody know where they can send your hate mail from early?
Right? Directly to you, right?
Right. Well, you know, they gotta get a hold of you guys too, so.
You can send it to bahiyyahmud@hotmail.com.
Oh, there you go.
I'm the only person that still has Hotmail in the world.
I got
I
Hotmail.
still have Yahoo.
you?
I have Hotmail.
You have Yahoo? You have
Spin this
Hotmail?
TV at hotmail.com. I've had that email address since like 2006.
I've had Bahiyyah Mud forever because nobody
Yeah.
else is going to have that.
Yeah.
Well, check
Ain't
this
nobody
out.
ever going to have that.
If y'all want to hate on me, it's Call Me Shameless with 3 S's at yahoo.com. If anybody's clocking that is a 1990s Ani DeFranco lyric. If you were a lesbian at the time, you know it.
And if you're a lesbian now,
You know it.
yeah.
See, that's how hard we are, man. We're dropping email addresses, dude. All right, boom, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Oh, God, look what just creeped in.
Well, well, well. Looks like somebody forgot there's a rule against alcoholic beverages in fraternities on probation.
What a tool.
I didn't get that, son. What was that?
I said, what a shame that a few bad apples have to spoil a good time for everyone by breaking the rules.
Put a sock on it, boy, or else you'll be out of here like shit through a goose.
Yes, sir.
Now, have you boys seen your grade point average yet? Well, have you?
I have, sir. I know it's a little below par at the
It's
moment.
more than a little below par, Mr. Hoover. It stinks. It's the lowest on campus. It's the lowest in Faber history.
Well, sir, we're hoping that our midterm grades will really help our average.
Laugh now. Because you clowns have been on double secret probation since the beginning of this semester.
Double secret probation?
And that means one more slip-up, one more mistake, and this fraternity of yours has had it at Faber.
Well, that was pleasant. Nice of him to stop by, don't you think?
We've got to do something. He's serious this time. I think he knows about the exams.
He's right.
You're right. We gotta do something.
Absolutely.
You know what we gotta do?
Toga party.
We're on double secret probation, whatever that is. We can't afford to have a toga party.
You guys up for a toga party?
Toga! Toga!
Yeah, I think they like the idea, Hoove.
Oh, Otter, please don't do this.
Got news for you, pal. They're gonna nail us no matter what we do. So we might as well have a good time. Toga, 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 toga,
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my hands back and come on now. Don't forget to say you will. Don't forget to say yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Say it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Say that you will. Say you will. Say that you love me. Say that you need me. Say that you want me. Say you wanna please me. Say come on now. Say come on now. Say come on now. Say I want you to know. I said I want you to know right now. You've been good to me, baby. Better than I've been to myself. Hey, hey. And if you ever leave me, I don't want nobody else. Hey, hey. I said I want you to know. I said I want you to know right now. You know you make me wanna. Yeah, 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 right. All right, all right. Come on now, come on now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Come on now, yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now wait a minute. You've been so good to me. You know you make me wanna lift my head up and throw my hands back and come on now, come on now, come on now. A little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now.
Robert Hoover will speak on behalf of Delta House.
I don't think you can fully judge a fraternity without looking at the positive qualities of the people in it. The Delta House has a long tradition of existence to its members and to the community at large.
I think we've heard enough, Mr. Chairman.
I was told I'd have a chance to...
That's enough. The court will now render a decision.
Well, look, you said I could speak.
He said that's it!
Are you deaf?
Let's finish this damn thing.
Blowjob! Blowjob! I don't think it's fair.
I'll tell you what's fair, what's not.
Leave me! Tell those assholes to shut up.
Hey, shut up, you assholes! Mr. President, do we have to listen to any more of this? Point of parliamentary procedure.
Don't screw around. They're serious this time.
Take it easy. I'm in pre-law, man. Thought you pre-med. What's the difference? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be brief.
I think he's empty.
The issue here is not whether we broke a few rules or took a few liberties with our female party guests. We did. But you can't hold a whole fraternity responsible for the behavior of a few sick, perverted individuals. For if you do, then shouldn't we blame the whole fraternity system? And if the whole fraternity system is guilty, then isn't this an indictment of our educational institutions in general? I put it to you, Greg. Isn't this an indictment of our entire American society? Well, you can do what you want to us, but we're not going to sit here and listen to you badmouth the United States of America. Gentlemen!
You're not walking out on this one, mister. You're finished. No more Delta. You bought it this time, Buster. I'm calling your national office. I'm going to revoke your charter. And if you wise guys try one more thing, one more, I'm going to kick you out of this college. No more fun of any kind.
This podcast has been brought to you by Pizza Productions.